So first up, I'm taking some Patchology gel patches to put underneath my eye. You only have to leave these on for 5 minutes because they are the flash patch. Love these, but you can leave them on longer if you want to. Then I'm going to take the Jaclyn Hill palette, and they never sent me the card with all the names on them, so I'm sorry that I don't know what they're called. So first what I'm doing is I'm putting that orangey color into my upper lid, and this is going to be my transition shade, and this is what's going to help diffuse everything all together. So here it is. I'm going pretty high, almost touching my brows. It looks kind of weird at first, but it'll work out. I feel good about it. I'm going to take some brown, and I'm just going to start shadowing that in, and I'm going to keep it a little bit lower than the orange. So every time we add a new shade, we're just going to keep it lower and lower and lower. So that's what's going to help us perfect that smoky eye. So here I'm taking this deep dark red. It almost has like a little bit of a brown undertone, and I'm going to start that in my outer corner, work my way in. I'm going to use a light hand. These shadows are super pigmented, but I notice there's not a lot of fallout. So here I'm dragging it down to my lid. So this is going to go underneath my shimmer that I put on top of my lid, and I'm just going to keep blending it back and forth. And as you can see, I'm keeping it lower than that last color we added in. That way you can see the orange transition to the brown transition to that red. Then I'm going to take this brown. This has more brown in it than it has red. This has more of a red undertone, but more brown pigment. So this is where I'm going to put this onto my lid. And then I'm just going to basically spread it all around and make sure everything's nice and blended before we put the pigment with the glitter in it. Up next, I'm going to take that, it's like a cranberry shade, but it has some nice glitter in it, and I'm going to put that right onto my lid. So I wanted this look to sparkle, but I didn't want it to be like too sparkly, so that's why I put that dark deep brown color underneath my lid, and then I'm putting this red color on top. If you want your lids to be more sparkly, I would skip the step where you put the brown onto your lids and just go right for this shimmery color. But again, I wanted it to be a little bit more subtle. So here I am just lining my lash line, and this is going to make it easier for when I put on my actual lashes. I actually am not doing a wing, I know, so weird. So I'm taking off those gels, and I'm just going to let the rest of the stuff that's on my skin kind of dry before I put on my foundation. So I'm going to take my Artiste brush, and I love this brush for putting foundation on. It just really like gets rid of my pores, well, hides them, I guess you could say. Here's where I'm going to clean up any fallout. And I'm just going to put this all over my skin. I have so much redness going on because my hormones are crazy right now. So fun. I love being a woman. Then I'm going to take the Double Wear Estee Lauder Concealer, and I'm just going to put that right underneath my eyes because I have lots of like bluish kind of underneath, and this has like a lot of pink undertone to it, so it helps kind of eliminate that all out. And then I'm going to take the Fenty Beauty Stick, and the reason I decided to use this to cream contour is because the Tarte's a little bit more oily, so because the Fenty is a little bit more matte, they kind of work nicely together. I'm going to take my other Artiste brush, and I'm going to just start blending that all in. So because I want to keep my skin a little bit more dewy and on the natural side, I'm going to take some luminizer by Buxom Cosmetics. This is called Venus, and I'm going to pop that where I would put my typical highlighter. I just like this because it looks so nice and natural. Then I'm taking Maldives by Buxom, and I'm just going to use that to warm up my face, put it over top, set everything in place. You know what I realized? I never set my concealer. What was I thinking? I totally forgot to set my concealer. So just make sure you set the concealer or you will be creasing all day and it will look like you have under eye wrinkles for days. So can't believe I forgot that step. basically put all the same colors on my lower lid that I put on the top of my lid, and then I just kind of blended it all together. Then I'm taking 2 shades from Ofra. I forget what they're called, but I'll put them in the description below. This isn't kind of the lip that I wanted. I want it to be a little bit more pink in the middle, but for some reason they kind of look super similar. So here is my finished look. I hope you guys like this, and let me know what else you want to see. Bye.